You want the division?
An electric vehicle driver.
I am an electric vehicle driver.
Well, Gary, tell us about this car and what it's going to allow you to be able to do as far as your job's concerned.
Well, this vehicle will allow us to be able to use this and instead of a gasoline-powered one. We can use it while we're in the parks here in the nature preserves to do a lot of our daily duties without having to ever fuel up. And also the maintenance that's associated with a gasoline vehicle. You don't have to change oil, and all that kind of thing.
And is this the only one that you guys have? Or?
We have 3 of these. This is the only one that has solar panels on it.
So the other ones then like they plug in, they charge up?
They're all plug in, yes. There's an onboard battery system. You just plug it into the grid and it'll charge them up.
I don't know how much experience you have driving so far, but what do you think?
They're pretty good. They're nice and quiet. They seem to do the job for us. The same thing that a small pickup would do for us. As long as we're inside the nature preserves, they work great.
How fast do they go?
It'll go about 27 miles an hour. It's got 2 ranges. The first one goes up to about 17, and then the high range goes up to about 27.
Is there any concern that with the number of trees that are in this area, or if it's a cloudy day or a rainy day, I mean, how will this thing continue to work under less than, I guess, ideal conditions?
The other day, shortly after we had the solar installation, we checked it, and it was charging even on a cloudy day. So it'll at least produce some kind of charge. Even if it doesn't charge, we can plug it in to top it off if we need to. So it'll definitely help.
And it has batteries to hold a charge?
Right.
So it'll run for a while even if it's raining?
Yes, on a full charge it'll go about 20-25 miles.
Nobody asked you the question I wanted to. You want to ask him, Brad, or you want me to ask him?
Go ahead and ask.
You add up all those numbers, this is $21,000 worth of car. What is it that makes this worth that? Why did the department pay that much?
Well, this is more than just an electric car. This is an educational device too. We want to let people know that this is something that's doable. This is a great way to go, and it's not just something that we're telling people that you ought to be green and you ought to be able to do this, but we actually are showing people that this is doable. We can do this. Here's how you can do it. So we're using it as a teaching tool, and really getting started. We wanted to walk the walk.
And the big advantage of this vehicle is what? So equipped?
Oh, this one, so we don't have to plug it in. It's free of any petroleum products. It's free of the grid and electricity and cost and the whole deal. It's really
and pollution?
It does not pollute. There's no emissions associated with it, especially if you're charging with the solar. There's no emissions associated with it. Even some people talk about well, it's electric, but you're still got some emissions somewhere with the coal-fired plants and such. This one doesn't. It's powered by the sun.
Is there any unusual maintenance required for this vehicle that you wouldn't normally have on a regular car?
Every quarter you're supposed to check and clean the battery terminals. That's really about it.
Do you have to clean the solar panel?
Well, you'd probably need to just keep it clean, keep the dust off of it so that it doesn't, so it'll continue to charge. A lot of times with solar panels like that, if they get any kind of obstructions on them, then they're not going to charge as much as they would.
It is an all-weather vehicle. You got a little bit of a climate control inside, and the vehicle itself it'll operate in rain, cold, snow, clouds.
Right. Yes, it has a little heater inside there. You can turn it on when it's really cold out. It has windows and doors on it that we added to protect us a little bit.
Who initiated the idea to get these things, not necessarily the solar powered one, but the electric vehicles, and then who initiated the idea for the solar power?
Actually, one of our guys, Woody Woodward, Herbert W. Woodward. He's actually the one that started it, and we did the grant application. Michael Kirschman, who's our division director, he jumped on board and really helped us get the grant for this. There were, I think, 3 grant periods, and we didn't get the second one, and then the 3rd grant period we were awarded this. And then, you know, afterwards, I guess we came up with the idea, you know, with our division, the natural resources, basically that we wanted to put the solar panels on.
Had you applied solar panels to the vehicles you had?
No, we haven't.
Is this a brand new experiment for you?
Yeah. Those electric vehicles.